Hello, my friends. I am Jennifer of Brooms by Jenza and the Broom Witch Academy. And every month I make an inspired hand broom. This cycle we are doing the Zodiac. So you can always look back in the playlist and find any of the seasons that you have missed. So we are now in the season of Taurus. And I do call them seasons because the season extends a little bit and begins a little bit early. It's not like, oh, today is, April, blah, blah, blah. And now it is Taurus season in May, blah, blah, right? Like it kind of extends, they overlap. But we're making Taurus today. And so Taurus is green, like emerald green, right? So I have this great emerald green that I dyed. If you want to know more about dyeing broomcorn, check out the Broom Witch Academy. And then I have the pink. And pink is because Taurus, the goddess that is ruled by Taurus or associated to Taurus, the sign, is Venus. So Venus, we think about love and we think about pink. So we're going to do pink. And I've decided I was going to do a hawk tail whisk. In a moment, I'm going to get a little bit more into hawk tails. Yeah. But I want you to, if you haven't already done so, if you don't know about your natal chart, two things I suggest you look up is in your natal chart, find out where Taurus falls in your chart. There are 12 houses of the Zodiac natal chart, and everyone is ruled by something different, but different planets and signs fall through that. So where's Taurus in you and your where did it fall during your birth? Okay, mine was in the 12th house. That's I'm not going to go into meat right now. But also, like, Taurus rules the second house. So that's like in a blank natal chart. So another thing I would love you to look up as I'm getting my twine ready for this is what is the ruler of your second house? So mine is, it's not Gemini. What comes after Cancer? Mine is Cancer. And the second house is like kind of about finances and money. And it's the Taurus is I have, right? So it is the, how do I say, like the real stuff, the real property. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Tangible, like what do you have? But it also can be like, what do you have emotionally? What do you have? Like, what are your Taurus? What do you have that can take you to the next level? Like, what are your skill sets? That's how I kind of think about it. That's me, I am not an astrologer. I just dabble because I like to. All right, my twine is done. And I'm going to get this out of my way. And then I'm going to pull two things over. Pot and me. Where are we going with this today? So this is my inspiration. One day I was going to drum circle and I did not have a beater. It happens, right? Couldn't find my beater. Forgive me. I just found out I have arthritis. So holding this drum in that hand can be difficult. I'm just going to hold it weirdly. I'm not supposed to pinch. It's the thumb. So if you have, like, if you're told that you have arthritis, like right there in that thumb joint, like where the thumb meets the hand, I love this little hand thing they gave me. I got to find more because I'm going to lose it. Okay, don't pinch. Like, right, I'm going to try to make brooms without pinching. I'm working on it. Okay, so hold my drum. So I didn't have my beater. But what I did have is, for some reason, I had made a hawk tail whisk. This one. So I'm like, and I liked it, but it wasn't getting that, right? I mean, you could do something like that. I'm not a drummer. I'm like, yeah, let's go to drum circle and I can just beat a rhythm that you tell me what to beat. And I can do that, all right? And things got in my head and things got in my head. And right before I went to NEFA, which is the New England Folk Festival Association, if you like anything folky, if you like music, if you like folk dancing, anything like that, look it up. They have a yearly event. People internationally come. Not so much this year, if you know what I'm talking about, why people don't want to internationally travel to the United States for any reason, but big event. So I knew I was going there. I'm like, oh, there are going to be drummers there. So then I made this one. And this one has a little something something in there. So ready? So we heard that. And now, here it's a little deeper, a little richer. I have a second one I did where, oh, because I sold it. This drummer wanted to buy it. I'm like, okay, I'll do it $10. It's valued more than $10. But $10, and I needed you to let me do a video. And he did. So I've lowered the little stick in that one, and it has a little better. All right, so that's what we're making because it's Taurus. It's the season in the garden, and sometimes I like to drum in my garden just to like, hey, Mother Earth, hey, little plants, let's get moving. Let's get great. Okay, it's geeky. I do it. I don't know. I like doing it. So that's our theme. Is we're making a drum beater with our broom. Don't fall. Okay, it's on the desk. We are good. Boop. And we're throwing that. So that's the theme. So we are going to just do a simple one. First thing I like to do. So emerald green dyed myself. Thank you very much. How to dye a broomcorn. The beginner's guide is on the Broom Witch Academy. All right, I'm going to just take a little bit amount out. Well, about my thumb. So that's going to be the first one. This one's going to be 5, which means we need 4 now. So nice, even in half. And if you watched a couple videos, you know I like number associations. So what is Taurus associated to number-wise? The number 2, probably because of the second house, and the number 6. Well, that's not going to work in my rhythm here, but that's okay. We can do those numbers in a different way. First thing, we get our little one. This is the one that's going to go in the middle. Grabbing an elastic rubber band for y'all who are not in Rhode Island. And then underneath my broomcorn, because why would I have it above that silliness, I have this little piece of wood. So it's about like a thumb size. All right. And what we're going to do, remember we're going low on here. First thing I'm going to do is set this, get one started. So we're going to start. So when I go do Facebook videos, these are not tutorials. These are demos. These are for people who can look on YouTube and like, yes, I can do that, right? Or they're here really for inspiration. They are not to teach you. If you need to be taught and there's no one that is near you, I always say, find someone who's near you. In my private Facebook group, The Broom Closet, and there's always a link around to that. I do keep a resource where people, if they are teaching locally in their area, they put their information down. So they'll be like, I teach in Nevada, and then you can go find them. Okay. All right. So I got that as my stopper, if you would. We're going to put that in. I want it lower. No, you know what? I can trim. Ha! Thank Jen. I am on a time. When I did the other ones, I did pinch that in because we're not pinching right now. So I put it in and then I did the bottom wrap, right? We're not doing that today because I'm trying to do things a little differently. Okay. So let's wrap that a little bit. I'm not putting this on the floor. I'm putting it between my legs. I am going to pinch with this hand to keep it down as much as I can, like right against that wrap. And then let's go 6, right? I'll use that as my guide. 1, 2, 3. You know what's happening? It's pushing it up. Sometimes we're learning on the go. Don't do it this way. What are we going to do? We're going to start again. Is that awful? Am I going to keep that on YouTube? Yes, I am. I'm going to post all my mistakes because I am human. And sometimes we learn by others' mistakes. Growing up, it was one of my, we're going to use an elastic. I'm already feeling that pinch right now, just that. Let's put an elastic down here to hold this in so I don't have to use my thumb to pinch. All right, so you're going to hold that nicely there. I want it up just a tad more. Okay. So we should learn from our own mistakes, but isn't it something to learn from others' mistakes? Like history, don't let it repeat itself, right? Like learn from other people's mistakes. Give me a little slack there. So yes, learn from my mistakes. So I am going to be complete up. This is what I did wrong. And you'd be like, awesome. I'm going to learn from your mistake, Jen. And I'm like, perfect. You're good with that. All right. Shall we wrap some attentions in here? Shall we call to Venus? Okay, so we're going to count that as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to tie off. I know some of you are not going to tie off and you're just going to keep unwrapping. I'm avoiding that constant tension, and that's okay. What I always say is there's no, everyone can do things different ways, and it's not say there's no wrong way. The wrong way is where it's got to fall apart. So as long as you are making it, don't pinch with your thumb. There you go. So I'm leaving my thumb out of it. I'm just holding with here just to get it tight. So where are we going? Yes, no wrong way. Just when you talk and you go to cut off your little leader, make sure you didn't cut off this. Oh, this is going to be a great video. This is the month I'm having. It's okay. It's totally okay. So I'm going to cut. That's a little flap I wanted to cut off originally. We're going to put a new one in. Send me love, people. Send me love. Ooh, okay. Ooh, actually, I'm fine. You know, you're like, oh my God, you made a mistake. What I'm liking now. So we have the beater, right? We have that piece of wood to give it that. So have you ever made a beater? I have. And what you do is, right, you have the stick and it goes all the way up in, and then you are putting something like cotton or fluff, or you're doing something to kind of soften that, right? It's not just hard. So what I'm going to do here is going to be a second layer over there, and that's going to help with the softening a bit. Okay, we're just going to go with that. All right, so go with that, Jen. You didn't do wrong. You just learned something different, right? Here we go. Let's do our 6. I'm trying to pinch. Don't pinch. Stop pinching. I pinch with the bottom, not the top. All right. We wrap once. Twice. We let go because our thumb, it hurts. And we're not talking. All right. If you watched before, sometimes I can't wrap and talk at the same time. All right. We got that where you got to get rid of later. We've hit 1, 2, 3, 4. Put your glasses on. 5, 6. I get 6 more. 1, 2. Okay. All right, so if you're inspired to make one of these, what I'm gonna say is I think I like the double. And yeah, it's not me just like, oh, I made a mistake and now I gotta like, like come back from it and act like it was planned, because it was not planned, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna like the double. Okay, perfect. We like it. We're going with it. All right, so this is the string we are not cutting. This is the string we're cutting. I'm putting some knot magic in here. Okay, so season of Taurus. Taurus, where you're starting to grow. Aries, like the seed. The seed was in there, and now like the little seed is growing, right? We're sprouting. What do I have? Show me what I have, what I need to move to the next step. All right, so this is going to go, whoever this goes to, help them with growth, have them value what they have, and something else. Growth, value what you have, abundance of goodness. With the most benevolent outcome. Okay. Because you can say abundance, and the next thing you know, you're like, abundance of bad stuff, right? We want abundance of good stuff with the most benevolent outcome. So let's talk about money for a moment. All right. So money, right? You could wish for money and things like that. And then like someone dies and then you inherit, which is nice, right? You inherited something, but then someone died. So when we ask, let's ask for like it nicely. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Let's figure that out. That's going to come behind here. This little flapper is going to be on the side. So see, the little flapper is going to be on the side, and then we go up. So we're going to take one of ours, divide by 2. Now, if you're a drummer or you're inspired to make something like this with the drumming, I'm also thinking about putting a stick all the way up. I mean, that could be something to, you play with that. Let me know how it turns out. Put a pitch, let me know in the comments. You tried, you did the whole stick, you liked it, you didn't like it. How did it work out for you? Did you make this? All right, so we're going to jump up. We got our 2 halves. This is catching me. All right, 1, 2, and 3. I could be also putting one of those 3 wishes in there again. Just trying to hide those knots a little better. There we go. I chose the very, I used my thumb. Don't use your thumb, just leave your thumb out of this. Make sure we're not covering up the back or the front. It could be either way. All right. I like the variegated because it gives it a little something something. And when I put pink against it, like the really pink looked so strong. Okay, so that was our first wrap. We're going with 6. And that's our 1. So it was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I used my thumb. I got to really work on that one. Let's tighten this up so we can go on to the next. And we get it where it's going to come from that way. Okay. I know. Isn't it fun just watching me? Don't use the thumb. Keep the thumb that same way. Or you can put your thumb wherever you want. I just have to talk myself through this right now because it's a whole new experience. This arthritis. My mom says she has it in her whole body. And so with that, I'm going to be like, I take after my dad. Okay, my dad died when he was 42, so I don't know where he was going to be on the arthritis scale or not. But anytime my mom has something bad health-wise, I'm like, I'm taking after my dad because we can make all the assumptions in the world. What's going to happen to him or what would have happened. His father died when he was 62, but my grandma lived a long time, and I don't remember her having any arthritis. I mean, I'm sure she did. So that side of the family, I don't know. Anywho, I made these. What you don't know, these are all inside about 11 brooms I have in here. Short harf ones, just the insides, and I did it all in one afternoon. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, ow, ow! Did I pull something? I'm thinking I pulled a tendon, or I really don't even know what a tendon is. But I was thinking like I had to pull something, I had to damage something. I was resting. Big event coming, and I'm just like resting. That's not fun. And then finally, I gave up. And I went to the orthopedics and they took the x-ray and they said arthritis. And I'm like, that didn't even like sneak up on me. It just like, boom, there you are. So I'm learning. All right. Again, making sure nothing is covered. I get to see both sides. I'm glad I went with the variated. I always am. Variegated. Okay. Thumb there. Using my fingers. I should do this. Okay. And this is going to be our 1. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm pinching with my thumb, but I'm doing it in a way that's different. This is why they made a leave. I'm not also one to take medicine. So someone in my Brooms by Jenza, they did reach out to me. They're like, take an avocado seed and make a tincture. And then you can rub it on. That seems wrong. It should be in an oil. We're not taking it, we're rubbing it. I got to get back to that. First, I have to find an avocado seed. I don't eat avocados. There's nothing wrong with that. You can have avocados if you want to. So pretty, this emerald green. It's springtime, so I'm going to be starting to dye broomcorn again, and I love that. I do it through the spring and into the fall on it. Because I want, it's rainy right now, so I cannot, you want to dry it when it's not humid, when it's really dry out. Okay. Look, I can pinch with that and not my thumb. Just leave the thumb out of the way. I'm kind of wondering about tying my thumb up sometimes. All right, and we're up again. I kind of like it short. So right now we have 1, 2, 1, 2. This will be the 4th. 4th going up. I think that's it. I'm not gonna put in the 5th. I like the 4 because it's divisible by 2. Again, sometimes you don't know until you know. All right, so we're going, we're not tight enough. We want slack. Yeah, you could drop this to the floor, but I am not bending down all the time, so I'm just dropping it between my thighs. And believe it or not, I don't have bruises there. Like, so it's kind of underneath my thighs. And all right. Okay, 1. I am tugging on my halves if you haven't seen that. 2, 3, 4. It's also that. 5. And that was 6. Put my thumb that way. Less pressure on the thumb, but still tension. Okay. Learning. I have so many brooms in my head. So many brooms in my head that I need to make right now. I go through styles like, ooh, I'm in this style mood, I'm in that style mode. And so I have brooms in my... This is the song I've been singing. Are you ready? I have brooms in my head that I need to make. I have brooms in my head that I want to make. I got brooms in my head that I'm going to make. That's on repeat. Do y'all do silly songs in your head? Let me know. Okay. All right, so we decided on the 4. We're doing a drum check. Ready? Okay. Makes slightly different sounds each side. You can see all 4. Okay. Let's go up. So let's wrap. So we're going to count that one of the 4. So we're going to go 2 more, giving us a total of 6. See, this works out totally. I love when things just work out as you're going along. So we get our 6 in. We're getting like, this is good. So Taurus. Did you find out yet? Have you been Googling as you're watching this to find out where your Taurus is? Or are you a Taurus? I'm a Scorpio. So my exact opposite is Taurus. So there is some balance in that. So sometimes if you're like, I'm too much in this, then you're like, as a Scorpio, if I have a little too much going on there with my Scorpio traits, I can balance it with like, all right, let's ground like we're a Taurus. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's our 6. So technically, am I putting 7? Yeah. I could stop at 5 and do it. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so we're going to go up for our final. Yeah, I find if I do my thumb higher than lower, like that, when I'm straight up. All right, I don't know why I'm telling you all this, but maybe someone with arthritis with thumb like, I can't make brooms because I have arthritis. But then you see me, and it has to be, I guess, specifically there in the thumb joint, right? But you see me doing it, and then you're like, I can adapt. I can adapt. How can I adapt? You're just going to learn to do it without pain. Somehow. Okay, a little bit of pain. The doctor, I was like, I need a drink. Sometimes you get, I swear, broomcorn dust up in there. So the doctor, and I mentioned, yeah, I make brooms. Like, this is not going to stop. Does it need to stop? Like, does arthritis be right? I had all my questions. You know, am I worsening it? Am I being bad? Like, what's happening? And she's like, I have this woman that's still doing that like paper origami. So that's a lot of finger work. I'm like, I can still make brooms. So this is number 2. And I was talking and we forgot about a hanger. So let's do our hanger. I like to make knots on either side just to know that it's not going anywhere during all this. 1 and 2. Now, if this is for your own practice, remember, if you're not talking to a bunch of people to make a video, take your time. Every knot, every wrap can be full of intention, right? Use our elastic here and help hold that. And if we forgot our hanger, we almost forgot our jerk string. Okay, everything stay as I do a wrap. You going in the right direction? Yes, okay. Make sure you're in the right direction. Pinch this way. Get it nice and tight. It fell out. Go back in. Okay. We're in. We're tight. And that was two. Stay. 3, 4, 5, 6. Make our final tie off. I'm going to drop this one to the ground. Make sure I get tight, tight, tight. I love these colors. They're coming out good. All right. So what I say, it doesn't matter as long as it doesn't fall apart. So making sure that last one and a lot of them in between are as tight can be. So you are staying strong in that. And I notice I got it so tight that this is pulling a little bit and I don't like that. So how are we going to fix that? Can we fix it? Of course you can fix it. We're going to come underneath the wrap and we're going to tuck that in. And we lost all our slack or tightness, so we're going to move that back in. Grounding myself with the silence. All right, I got everything tucked back in where I want it. I'm going to crisscross over there. No me and not magic. Boop. Now, oh good. I was afraid I did not have one of these here near. But I do. Because we're going to put in a charm. And it's going to be a Taurus. Now, the metal for Taurus is copper. I don't have copper. I have this bronzy looking one. But with that being said, it's least dark. You know, it's dark. But if you can find something copper, like, that would be awesome. All right, so we got our charm on. Hanging, dangling. Take our jerk string. And we're going to let it rip. Making sure my jerk string doesn't get a little knot in it. And if it does, I still can pull it through. All right. Yay. Leaving that for a little bit of knot magic. Boop. We got our Taurus. We got our hanger. We're going to move our last. No, we'll be fine. Okay. Let's cut it off. I got these new PVC cutters. So I'm kind of trying them out, making sure I don't get my... It also helps with not putting pressure on this hand. It's just nice and clean. All right, here we go. The Taurus inspired hand broom. Do you like it? I hope you do. I hope this has inspired you to make your own. And if you're already broom making, yay. If you are not and you want to learn broom making, check out the links in the bio for the Broom Witch Academy. Broom making basics, the hand broom is where you would learn this in the bonus section. Not this, but how to make a hawk tail. And shall we drum? Should we drum goodbye? All right, I just hurt myself. I like how it's coming out. And I like the little... Remember, I am not a professional. If you go to one of my pages, somewhere, there was this guy who, like, was, like, I don't know, he was going to town with my hawk and drumming. So there's something called a Scottish beater. I don't know. Maybe you know. All right, my friends, have a beautiful season of Taurus, or whenever you're watching this. I hope you're inspired to make your own.